The government of Israel, the IDF, diplomats, and intelligence services are all continue to work around the clock relentlessly, pursuing every avenue to bring them home now. This war is not over until all of our hostages have been returned and Hamas has been destroyed. The State of Israel applauds recent remarks made by British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who expressed a moral clarity that there can be no peace with Hamas in Gaza because of their genocidal intent. The British Prime Minister also asserted that anyone who cannot unequivocally condemn the evil that Hamas did on October 7th has no conscience, no morality, no decency, and deserves no respect. The State of Israel also appreciates recent sentiments expressed by the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, who unequivocally and in the strongest possible terms condemned the barbaric attack conducted by Hamas and other militia groups against Israel on October 7, 2023. Hamas have openly expressed their desire to repeat again and again the horrific attacks of October 7th. This is an intolerable reality for the people of Israel. This war cannot end without the total incapacitation of a Hamas rapist regime. Turning to the south, the war with Hamas continues in Gaza, and the IDF, as always, is relentlessly working to protect Gaza's civilians whilst uprooting their terrorist oppressors. Yesterday, Israeli forces completed their encirclement of Khan Yunis. This military action is in line with the ascribed goals of the war, specifically rescuing the hostages and dismantling Hamas. Now an update on humanitarian aid. Yesterday, 235 trucks carrying humanitarian aid entered the Gaza Strip. Of those 235 trucks, 162 carried food. In addition, 4 tankers of cooking gas designated for the operation of essential infrastructure in Gaza entered the Strip as well. Today, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., the IDF paused operations in the Yafa and Al-Barouk neighborhoods in Deir el-Balach in central Gaza, in order to enable movement of humanitarian aid. Commenting on reported ceasefire agreements, Israel will not give up on the destruction of Hamas, the return of all the hostages, and there will be no security threat from Gaza towards Israel. There will be no ceasefire. In the past, there were pauses for humanitarian purposes. That agreement was breached by Hamas. That's all for now. Thank you. I will take your questions.
The first question comes from Dr. Abby Korb regarding the medication delivered to Gaza last Wednesday. Do we have any confirmation of them being received by the hostages as of yet?
Unfortunately, we have not received promised evidence that the medicine was received. We urge all involved in the agreement to insist that the evidence will be provided.
The next question comes from Hannah Julian of the Jewish Press. The first question is, can you confirm a report that the government has offered a 4-stage hostage release deal to Hamas that includes a ceasefire of at least a month and releases of more than 3 incarcerated Palestinian terrorists for each hostage freed? And question 2, is there a response to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres' statement that any refusal to accept the 2-state solution must be firmly rejected?
For the first question is, I cannot elaborate on agreements that are being held and the conversations that are being held behind the scenes. What I can say is that we must have all the hostages back home, and we're doing everything possible to maintain that goal, which is the highest and the most important one that all the citizens of Israel feel, and of course the government of Israel as well. So that being said, I cannot elaborate on the details, but this is what we want and what we will achieve. Regarding the second question, I cannot go into that, but later we can give you a full comment and we'll get back to you on that. Okay, so that's all we have for today, and tomorrow we'll have another briefing. Thank you.